It's under 2,000 pounds, folds down, fits in your garage, sleeps 3. I mean, so much going for it, and now there's an awning. So I'm going to show you all about it, so don't go anywhere. Hey everybody, I'm PJ from Princess Craft RV. This is the Aliner Classic. Now I like this Aliner Classic because it's got lots of features on it. This one actually has the dormers and it's still under 2,000 pounds. You can always find out how much these Aliners weigh because they've got it written right here. You can also see the tongue weight. Now, tongue weight for a lot of you guys is what you're looking for if you've got a lightweight vehicle. The tongue weight on a lot of A-liners is under 200 pounds. That is a real sweet spot if you've got a lightweight vehicle or maybe a small EV. Now, one of the things I love about the A-liner is how versatile it is and how when you walk in, it's really surprising how much space there is. The dormers on both sides are optional. Now you can get hard side dormers or you can get soft side dormers where they're a canvas. We usually get the hard side dormers because you will get a little better air conditioning that way. And you guys know we're located in Texas, so that means a lot to us. I'm going to show you all the details, plus the new awning that has come out that works great on these guys. So stick with me. I'm going to head inside and we're going to start there. Wow. Pretty incredible how much space is in here. It doesn't feel cramped at all. You've got 8 feet from the floor up to the peak. So if you're a lot taller than my 5-foot frame, you're still not going to have a problem because most of what you do is going to be right here in the center. When you're on the edges, you're sitting or sleeping, right? Perfect. All right, starting right here, you've got nice countertop space. Where's the air conditioner? Well, it's underneath the seating. So you've got a nice vent here, and you've got vents on both sides and on the kitchen side. So that air is going to have nice flow through here to keep you super cool. But I love the countertop space, and one of the things that comes standard on the Classic is the added microwave right here underneath. So you get that nice addition. Now behind me here is the dinette. Nice table here. Now the table here is freestanding, and that's important because a table may not work for you. It may not be something that you need. So this table can go outside and be part of your outdoor kitchen, or you could leave it at home. The other option is you can fold those legs up and put it right down here in the back, and it's out of the way, but it's there if you need it. And then you've just got open seating right here. You know, that's usually how I travel in an A-liner. The other option is you can take the table and they make a nice slot right here. So you've got a little bit of an enclosed space. You may have a small dog, or you may just want to pack some things in this space when you're traveling and you don't want them rolling around the trailer when you're driving down the road. So that sometimes is a really nice option. Let's talk about the dormer because that's part of what makes this feel amazing. This dormer is really tall. Now this is the dinette side here, and with the dormer, the hard side dormer that is, you get this glass window that slides, gives you the airflow, and so we've got that on both sides when you get both dormers. If you don't have a dormer, it still is very usable here. You've got a bubble window and it gives you a little more headroom, and it doesn't open though. That's one of the reasons I love these dormers. So you've not only got more headspace, but the airflow coming through. Curtains on both sides that slide closed. It's super simple to set up. Just maybe an extra 10-15 seconds. And if it's really windy out there and you just want to pop this up, crawl inside, Yeah, that's not a problem either. You can leave it down, still have a moderately usable space here. Okay, I want to point out these cushions. They are basic flat cushion. There's nothing tufted, there's nothing fancy about them, but they're pretty comfortable and they're very soft. So you don't have anything cheap, anything that feels kind of crunchy. This is a very buttery leatherette feeling, and I appreciate that even in a small camper like this. This cabinet is super nice, and one of the things you'll notice about this cabinet is that there is no band of wood across the bottom of it. It is flush to the floor, which means you've got a porta potty that just slides out, makes it super convenient, and when you're not using it, it slides right back in and gets out of the way. You also have access to this compartment from the outside. So you could use the porta potty on one side and the other half of it as outside storage. Very easy to get to. So I love the way they've done that. Now let's move around. I want to show you the kitchen because, yeah, it's compact, but really a very well done space for a small camper like this. Now in the Classic, you've got these really nice glass top appliances. That means, of course, if you're not using them, you have a nice flat surface to work with. First one right here, there is the manual that comes with it. You've got a nice big 2-burner stove. And the other side, of course, is going to be the sink. It's got a nice faucet that folds up, hit there. So you don't have one of those baby sinks that's really hard to work with. They give you really nice size appliances. And there still is a little bit of extra countertop around them. Now right here at the back, that's going to be the vent that I mentioned earlier for the air conditioning. And right up front, the controls right here are going to be for the water pump in case you're pulling out of the freshwater tank. And the one right next to it is going to be for the water heater. Just flip the switch, it's going to heat up the water, and you're good to go. Super simple to use these A-liners. I think that's one of the reasons that it really is a great first-time camper for people. It's also so easy to tow. If you're not used to towing, again, easy to work with and easy to maneuver, easy to get in your garage. So many great things about the A-liner. Now down below, you've got the refrigerator. So you've got shelving. You do have a little pull-down freezer right here. Pull-up freezer door, I guess, is more like it. And 2 shelves on the door. 110 plug right in front. So if you carry a separate appliance that you like to have, a coffee maker, toaster oven, whatever it is, you plug it in right here. They have a lot of 110 plugs in this camper, kind of every place you could possibly need one. And that's pretty surprising. That's one of the things that in campers like this, they tend to skimp on. So I'm glad that there's plenty. You're not going to be worried about that. You're going to have a plug nearby. Down below, that is going to be your forced air furnace. And guys, it is an 18,000 BTU furnace. It is going to make it so toasty in here. A lot of times when you have a foldable camper, the worry is, what if the weather gets cold? Well, you really don't have to worry about that with this camper. It gets so hot in here, you're going to be cracking a window, even if it's 35 degrees outside, because that is so efficient, and it's going to make this space really toasty warm. You know, a lot of people, that is too warm for them, and they get a little ceramic heater or a little electric heater that is going to be, yeah, just not quite as powerful. So, yeah, they did a great job, not only with the AC, but with the furnace as well. A little bit of storage right here next to it. That's going to be a nice cabinet for the things that you're going to be using in the kitchen. You've also, right across from it, got another little storage compartment here. So right in here, a little door that opens up into this space. There's always things that need to be nearby, tucked away in those little spaces. And storage in one of these campers, okay, maybe not as much as you were hoping for. I shouldn't say that, but that's true, right? You do have some good outside storage access, and you guys are so ingenious on how to store things. Yeah, check on the Aliner forum or the Aliner Owners Club. They will tell you all the tips and tricks because it really is quite astonishing what you can do in here for storage. Now, right above me is going to be the Fantastic Fan. And there's different names. I think this one is a Fantastic Vent, but it is a high-powered fan that can take the air out or blow the air in, depending on what you need. It's very easy to operate, and wow, open the windows on the sides, open the windows on the back and front, turn on that power fan, and it can raise the temperature in here about 10 degrees. I have actually been in an A-liner that's like 105 outside, no AC, but if that air is moving and you're in the shade, it's tolerable. It really is. It is a nice break from the heat, even if you're not plugged in at a campsite. So you take this out, you know, by the beach, then you can get nice airflow through here, and it's all running off your battery. Love that. Okay, let's talk about windows real quick, because over here we've got a nice A-frame window, and over here another side window that opens. Even the window on your door opens, so the airflow is tremendous. I've already talked about the windows that are in the dormers. That's going to add to the movement of air if you have the dormer option. But one of the differences in the Classic is, as it compares to, say, the Scout or the Ranger, is that you have these corner windows. And these corner windows, you've got 3 of them, 2 on both sides of this A-frame, and then you've got 1 right over here next to this dinette. When you're outside, not in a shop like we are now, it really adds to the light and it makes it feel even more open. In a Ranger or a Scout, you're not going to have those triangle windows on the corner. So if light makes a difference to you, the Classic is the one you want to be looking for. Now let's move back to the bed area, because that is the sofa slash bed. And yeah, so well done. Now, back here in this area, the dormer is a little bit smaller, but there's still a lot of headroom. You might have to duck just a bit here, but still, I clear it by quite a lot. Hopefully that's helpful for gauging it. And this is the area that can be a sofa during the day, but it's super easy to pull out into a bed. You just slide this bottom piece out, lay the cushions down, and you're ready to go. And during the day, if you want to just roll up your covers, you can stash them right behind here, and you're good to go. So it's pretty easy to convert. You don't have to worry about all the trouble of setting up a bed at night. I know that's something that a lot of you aren't real fond of. Now, again, you can see this nice window behind me, and that's going to give you great airflow. You've also got really bright LED lights here. And the best part is they're touch lights. You don't have to find the switch. There's no switch out there you have to do. But when you're here, you can just touch it, and that light goes on and off. That's cool. And it's in the dormers on both sides. Let's talk about what is in this area down at my feet. Because right in front of me here, we've got 2 USBs, great for charging your phone, right, when you're sleeping at night, and another 110 plug. Great placement there. Now, right here, that's going to be an AC vent, the intake. Over here, the converter. Now, breakers and fuses are all going to be in there, so it's easy to check. And right next to it, that's going to be for the TV connection. Yeah, if you want to watch TV, no problem. I always suggest just bringing a small TV with, say, a stand. You can lay it on the bed when you're traveling, and then just set it up on the counter. Just screw the plug in and you're good to go, because they might have cable at the place where you're staying. Or you might have a portable satellite, and that works too. Down below, the carbon monoxide and LP detector. And then above that, right on the edge of that kitchen, you've got the controls for the AC and the furnace. So everything is super simple. It's all right here, easy to work with, and yeah, they've just done such a good job on this layout. You know, this company's been around for decades. This is not a new concept, and over time they have really refined what makes it easier to use, the placement, the layout, and I think when you're camping in it, you will really appreciate those details. There's a lot to look at outside, so let's head out there and take a peek. The Classic is a total of 15 feet long. So that means there's a 12-foot box and then a 3-foot tongue. So it's the same size as the Ranger 12 or the Scout. The reason you'd pick the Classic is because it has a few more features on it, like these corner windows, the microwave, and, you know, a few more options like these wonderful hard dormers. There's also the Evolution 12, and it is going to give you a few more off-road capabilities, so be sure to check that one out as well. Now, let's start right here. Remember I told you with that seating, you've got outside access. Right now we've got the power cord in there, but this is going to be access under that seat, where you might keep a porta potty or you might not, up to you. And coming around, you've got the double propane up here with a nice soft cover on it. Again, having the propane is really a nice feature. You've got a porch light right here. The switch is right on the front, so if you need it, you just flip it on, flip it off when you're done. Standard is the manual jack with the caster on it. You know, the caster is there because you've got handles on the front and back, and it is super easy to move this around. Remember, it only weighs under 2,000 pounds. So you can maneuver it a little bit either in your garage or at the campsite if you need to. So coming around, you've got a plug holder right here. Keep that plug out of the dirt. Nice diamond plate front, so you're not going to have to worry about rocks kicking up when you're going down the road. And the outside shower has a hot and cold handle, so you've got a nice sprayer. You could set up a shower tent and have your outside shower right here. Or maybe you just use it to maybe rinse off at the beach or wash the dog. All good, but it's there for you. Now, right here is going to be your drain for your kitchen, vent for your heater, that furnace that I told you about. You know, maybe right now is a good time to mention these great off-road tires. Now that comes standard. So you've got just a nice heavy-duty tire that's going to get you on those gravel roads, maybe a little bit of sand, do a good job for you. So 30 amp plug-in, and cable TV or that portable satellite plugs in right here. Now your water heater, very simple, and this will fill that fresh water tank. Coming around the back, you've got that diamond plate on the back as well, which is super nice, and you've got 4 corner stabilizing jacks. They're manual, but if you want to carry around that drill, it's very easy to just run them down, and that keeps everything stable when you're walking around in there. Spare tire on the back, and it is a matching spare. You know, so many people cheap out on that. I love that they have the matching spare. Switch it out and you maybe don't have to deal with that right away. So coming around here, now you've got more storage right here on the end. Again, underneath this edge of the seating area or the bed. Every A-liner comes with an outside rail. That's because if you want to get the option for an outside grill, it hooks right on here. That doesn't come with the camper, but it's available to you if you like that outside cooking, right? And if you don't get the grill from A-liner, you've still got the gas port right here. Set up that inside table over here on the outside, put your own grill on it, hook it in right there to the propane, and you're good to go. You do have 110 plugs right here on the front. You never know what you'll be doing underneath that nifty new awning that's available. Now I know the next thing on your mind is it really that easy to set it up and down? And the answer is absolutely yes. So from our Tech Tour YouTube channel, we're going to have Cody show you how it's done.
All right, let's go over how to close this. So before we step out to close it, first thing you've got to do, you have this hinge line all the way around the trailer. Everything in here has to be below the hinge line. One thing that we see that people forget is maybe they forget to close this, and when they go to do their wall, it slams shut and it could shatter. All of your cushions need to be laid flat. Anything that you have stored in here for travel needs to be below the hinge line. And so that's where we're going to start. All of our cushions are already down. Everything is closed. Everything is below the hinge line. So the next step I'm going to do is I'm going to turn all the lights off. Actually, I'm not, so you can see. I'm going to show you that we're going to unlatch our dormers. So we've got A-walls on each side, so we're just going to close these by releasing these latches. And then we're going to grab this strap right here, and this is just going to pull that front wall in. And you can pull that down, but the struts are going to kind of semi-push it back. I'll show you how we do that from the outside. I'm going to do the same thing back here on the rear dormer. And then we're going to go outside. So let's do this rear dormer first. So we're just going to push that wall down, and then you can grab the roof and then just pull it down. And then you've got your latches. All the way down and shut. If I could get it to line up. There we go. And do the same thing on this side. Shut. Let's walk up front and do the front one. So this one is quite a bit taller. If you're not comfortable getting up on the tongue of the trailer, you may need 2 people to do it. So somebody could pull that strap from the inside pretty hard to get this to pull down, or you may need a step ladder or something like that. But I'm just going to hop up on the trailer here. Give that a little push. All right, now that our dormers are closed and latched, we can do the rest of the process for getting this closed down. So the other thing that we see people forget is they forget to unlatch their entry door. So one of the first things I do is just go ahead and get that done, and that way I don't have to remember to do it. And then I'm going to come back inside. I'm going to undo the rear latch on the door wall. And then I'm going to do both latches on this wall. Tip this down. This does have a big rubber bumper. Should lay right on the countertop here. And now I can do this last latch on this wall. I'm going to grab this door and I'm going to bring it pretty close in. What we want to do is we want to make sure and clear this extruded aluminum here. So we're just going to bring it in, start tipping the wall, and slowly open the door to step through. So to get this roof down, you're going to grab the back panel, give it a good tug, and down it'll come. All right, so once you get it down, don't forget to shut the lower half of your door. Finish pulling that down, watch your fingers, grab the top panel, pull it all the way down, line up your latch, snap it shut, walk around, do the other side, and you are ready to hit the road. Now to open it up, it's just going to be the opposite. First thing we're going to do is undo both of these roof latches on both sides. Let that pop up. That'll get pretty high on its own. If you need assistance, you do have this right here. So this is called a high wind lift assist. So this can allow you to push the peak up, which can make getting this set a lot easier. So that'll help push the peak up. And then you can take the back panel and push it into place. Don't forget to go around to the other side and make sure the roof panel is pushed all the way in. Like that. And now once the roof walls are up, or the roof is up, you can go ahead and unlatch these. They don't want you unlatching them before the roof is raised. So since I'm out here, and so I don't have to do the in and out, I'm going to go ahead and unlatch these. Front and rear. Right, let's hop back inside. Go ahead and leave your bottom door open. We're going to tip the door out. We're going to step all the way into the unit. Grab the door with a pretty good grip and put your other hand underneath the wall. And as we lift, remember we need to clear this aluminum with our door frame. So pay attention and watch where it's going and just kind of lift up and around your head. Once you're clear, go ahead and latch the latch right inside the door, and then go over to the other wall, raise it up, and then you can go ahead and get these latches put into place. Do your last roof latch, and now you are ready to do your dormers. So with your dormers, we're just going to take and push the big wall out. Take your A-walls, push them into place, put the latches in, front and rear. Nice and simple. Set your cushions up, set your table up, do what you need to do. And remember, I only left the lights on for this in demonstration. Make sure they are off and cooled anytime you get ready to close your roof down. And that is it on taking down and setting up an A-liner.
Once you have your A-liner set up, there's one more thing I want to show you, and that is this high wind kit option. Now, the wind has to hit it just right, but it can put some stress on these roof panels. So this high wind kit is super easy to use. You just move this to the other side, pop it in place, and pin it in with a pin, and that is going to hold those roofs solid so they don't have any stress on them. It's a great thing to have, also help you in pulling the roof up and down if you need that help. Again, that lift assist, why would you do without it? It's just another safety measure for A-liner. And if you guys are looking for an awning for your A-liner, check out the Apex awning by Moon Fabricators. They do just an amazing job at making something that's super easy to set up. You may have heard of them because they make the Moonshade. Well, now they make the Apex specifically for A-frames. And we're going to show you how it works again from our tech channel. So here's Cody setting up that moon awning. Don't go anywhere. You're going to want to see this.
All right, guys, Cody with Princess Craft. Today we're going to show you how to set up the Moonshade Apex that will fit your A-liner product. So first you're going to have 3 of these Moon suction cup mounts. These are going to go on. This is going to be your little suction primer, if you will. This white line on here is your application indicator to let you know that that it's suction tight enough. We're going to go right up here on our roof panel, very top, and you just want to suck this down as tight as you can get it pretty much. Make sure that white indicator is no longer exposed. As you can see, no white indicator exposed there. That should give you a really nice strong hold. Find your top center. It's going to have a carabiner clip on it. We're going to take that and clip it right onto that hook there. Once you get that on, now we're going to need to go ahead and pop the roof up because we're going to need the rest of the space. So we're going to unlatch our roof. Let's go ahead and get this set. All right, so to determine the other place of your Moon suction cups, you're basically going to stretch the wing out here and figure out where it's going to go. So we're going to actually go with this one. We're going to go right here. And then we're going to clip that on. We're going to go to the back side. We're going to do the same thing. Determine where to put this. So this will be different for each A-liner that you try to set it up on because they have different configurations if you do or do not have a dormer. And then the last thing we're going to do is we're going to take our poles, and once you get that done, we are going to take this and it's going to fish through this guide right here on the front. And we're just going to snake that all the way through there. Once you get that through, you're going to want to get this put into that corner holder there for it. And just keep pushing through. like so. And there you go. That is it. There is a ground stake that you can tie onto these for support. You do have loops, but that is basically how the Moon Apex Shade works.
Now that you know how easy it is to set up an A-liner and you've seen this super cool awning, you can see how to set it up by going to the Princess Craft Tech Tour channel. So much cool information there that's helpful when you're camping. All right, I'm PJ from Princess Craft, and I am so glad to hang out with you today. I'll see you next time.